guys, today I'm going to show you how to make clay pot rice or bao zai fan, a popular dish in the south of China, and as you can probably already see, I don't have a clay pot. I'm going to use stainless steel because that's what I have, and I suspect most of us don't have clay pots at home either. But there is definitely some Chinese cured meats and rice involved. And speaking of rice, I'm going to start with pouring 1.5 cups of jasmine rice, 1.5 cups of water, and 2 teaspoons of cooking oil into the pot and give things a stir. You can use whatever type of rice you want. Jasmine rice is what I happen to have, and you'll probably have to make adjustments to the amount of water there that you put in, which is going to depend on the rice. After giving things a stir, let it sit for an hour. At some point, you'll have to prepare a sauce that we pour over our finished rice, and for that we need 2 tablespoons of soy sauce, 1 tablespoon of water, half a tablespoon of dark soy sauce, 1.5 teaspoons of sugar, and a tablespoon of fish sauce. Throw everything into a container and combine. You're going to see that I'm going to add some white pepper powder. You can do that to taste or skip it, it's up to you. A common variation of the sauce involves replacing some of the fish sauce with Chinese oyster sauce. You can try that out and see if you like it, but what I have here works for me. Regardless, make sure you dissolve the sugar when you're stirring, and you can set aside the sauce when things are combined. After you're done with that, you're also going to want to cut up some of the toppings for the dish. I'm using some Chinese sweet sausages and Chinese cured pork belly. Enough for 2 people in my opinion, so adjust as you see fit. This is a very classic combination of toppings for this dish, and you should be able to buy both of these items at your local Asian market. But you can really put whatever you want on top. Some mushrooms and marinated chicken cut into bite-sized pieces would also be great, for example. After the hour of waiting is up, take your rice and put it on a medium-high heat source and bring the contents to a simmer. A lot of the water will have been absorbed by the rice at this point, so things are going to happen quickly. As soon as the water is simmering, sprinkle in your cured meats or other toppings into a thin layer on top of. Cap the lid, reduce the heat to a low to medium-low heat, and let it sit until your toppings are cooked all the way through. It'll take about 15 minutes. If the toppings aren't finished cooking, you can just leave it on the heat and let it go longer if you have to. The rice will be done by this point as well, so don't worry about that. While you're waiting, cutting up some green onions and blanching some vegetables wouldn't be a bad idea. When the toppings are cooked all the way through, take the pot off the heat, put in the green onions if you have them, add the sauce to taste, and then mix things up. You might notice that some of the rice has crisped and stuck to the bottom of the pot. That's the good stuff, just scrape it all up. I find that my stainless steel pot doesn't do a great job at making this crispy rice in the same way a real clay pot would, but your results may vary with a pot that's not the one I'm using. Top with the blanched vegetables, and you're good to go. Sorry for not giving it a taste on screen, but I shared that the dish tasted like rice, pork, and success.